The teacher threw one of the boys onto the basketball hoop. The other two were so scared they tried to run away, but Xiao Shuai grabbed one of them and tossed him into the arms of the Virgin Mary statue. However, the principal scolded Xiao Shuai again, and the vice principal made some snide remarks. Finally, the principal decided to give Xiao Shuai one last chance and asked him to apologize to the three boys. When the girls in the class found out, they suddenly ran over, admitting their mistake and writing an apology letter for the teacher. They asked Xiao Shuai to sign it and give it to the boy's teacher. Without thinking much, Xiao Shuai signed his name, not realizing the students had pranked him again. It wasn't an apology letter at all, but a love confession. Unaware, Xiao Shuai took the letter the students had written and went to apologize to the boy's homeroom teacher. When she read the contents, she immediately thought Xiao Shuai was a pervert and slapped him. Xiao Shuai was called to the principal's office again. The principal was furious and scolded Xiao Shuai. Seeing the pig-headed vice principal making snide comments, Xiao Shuai was too angry to explain. At the vice principal's instigation, the principal had no choice but to fire Xiao Shuai. The students, unaware of the situation, were still preparing props to prank the teacher, not knowing it was Xiao Shuai's last class. Xiao Shuai took out the letter and asked which student wrote it. The girl immediately raised her hand and admitted it. Xiao Shuai didn't blame her but explained the spelling mistakes one by one and told the students it was his last class. He hoped they would study hard under the guidance of the new teacher. As he sat down to start the lesson, the chair, which had been tampered with, collapsed, leaving him sprawled on the floor. Looking at the wooden stick in his hand, Xiao Shuai laughed at himself, never imagining his last class would end like this. Seeing this, everyone started crying. Although Xiao Shuai had been constantly battling wits with them, he genuinely cared about the students and wanted to teach them well. However, the students' pranks led to Xiao Shuai losing his job. Even if the students regretted it, it was too late. Before the new teacher arrived, the vice principal took over their class. Under his high-pressure teaching, they realized how lenient Xiao Shuai had been with them. To get Xiao Shuai back as their teacher, they went to the female teacher to explain the love confession. Then they found Xiao Shuai, hoping he would return to teach them. Before long, Xiao Shuai was back in the classroom, continuing his battle of wits with the students. And that's where the movie ends.